All right, it says I'm live. So I decided to do this live on YouTube today rather than just on my page because I haven't been able to figure out how to transfer from my Facebook private page over to here. And sometimes I like to build this library. So today what I'm going to talk about, what I wrote was the energy from which to create in. I was talking to somebody the other day, and a client, and she's working on creating something, and oftentimes she's like frustrated, like doesn't know what to do next, feeling kind of frantic, feeling like she's on a deadline sometimes, like she just wants to get this thing off the ground. And you know, in this site, we talk about, you know, I use the word frequency or vibration or consciousness a lot interchangeably. And so what we talked about is that, you know, the energy that we're in, the frequency, the vibration, the consciousness that we're in, when we are seeking an answer, when we're looking for an answer, when we're trying to create something, then that's the information we'll pull in. So if I'm in desperation, anxiety, and I'm like, oh my God, what should I do? What should I do? Something may pop into my mind, but it's certainly not going to be the highest idea. Nor will it be the easiest, because like if I'm vibrating at anxiety, and then like that, you know, like attracts like. So, you know, this is if you're trying to do something, you know, creative, or if you just have a question in your life about something like why isn't this working out? And you're fixated on fixing it or trying to figure out. Then we just start to like grind in that energy of the trying to fix it out, trying to fix it or figure it out. It just goes on and on and on. So if we can first, like if you notice yourself, the first step really is that awareness, that observation, noticing what you're feeling. Your emotional state will reflect the energy that you're in at a given moment, right? So if you notice that when you're trying to figure this thing out or trying to create something and you're in a lot of anxiety and like, oh my God, why isn't this working? This is so hard. Stop, take a breath. Just notice like, wow, I'm in a lot of anxiety right now. And ask yourself, is this the highest? Is this where I want to create from? Is this where I want to ask my questions from? If you want to, that's fine. You can certainly do that. But it's not going to be your highest. So if at that moment you can say like, okay, I'm going to take a little time. Maybe I need to go for a walk, get out in nature. Maybe I need to, you know, have some water, have something to eat. Maybe I need to sit in meditation, calm myself, and just sit with the anxiety, sit with the oh my God, because it's not true. None of that is true. None of the thoughts that show up in those frantic moments are true. They are true at that perspective. If you're standing in this perspective, that's what you see. But if you can climb a little higher, you don't see that. You see open space. And you feel like, you know, I have all the time in the world. Time is malleable. It's not as concrete as we think. And the more that we can take time to just sit in the space of the moment and really just receive whatever is here now, feel whatever is here now, we create more expansion, we create more space, and it's like we have more time. We have time. We have more than enough time So think about something in your life that perhaps, like, you've been trying to figure it out. And you know that you're in your head. You're figuring. And what if you just stopped and you said, okay, I'm just going to pause. I'm just going to give this whole thing space. And I'm just going to sit here and breathe first. I'm going to find a calm, clear space inside myself first and foremost. Taking some deep breath, really letting the energy drop into the low belly. And something I've been inviting my clients to do lately is just let the contents of your mind spill down, filter down into your heart. And your heart will just let everything that is not true and authentic, it will let it filter right through. All the stories, all the old beliefs that don't work. So just empty your mind. And it's always to the best of your abilities, because then if your mind goes, I can't empty all of it, it's okay, just whatever you can do. Taking some breath, relaxing your shoulders. And then you might sit here for a minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe it feels so good you sit here for an hour. And then, from the space that's been created inside of you, ask your question. What's the next step? What's my next highest step? What will create the most? Fill in the blank. Now, you may get an answer right away, but allow more than one answer to come, perhaps. What if you get an answer and then you sit and then something else comes through and you sit, something else comes through? And you get a buffet of possible ideas and they all feel great. Or maybe each one feels like a little bit higher, a little bit more exciting. The other thing is that you don't worry about if you don't get an answer right away. Pose the question in this space. Say thank you for this beautiful answer. And then just go do what you're going to do. Just go move through your day. And if this situation, this area that you're working on, if it shows up again and you notice you start to get anxious, take a breath and let yourself remember that feeling. Drop back into that feeling of calm and ease. Everything's taken care of for me. Life has my back. It's all working out in perfect timing. And the more that you do this, the faster you'll be able to recalibrate into that place of ease. And the good news is that we don't have to be perfect at this, but let's say the calibration has been way up. And if we just move a little closer, it can be helpful. And then we move a little closer and a little closer, right? And and there's a dance, right? It's like we're humans and things come up, we get triggered, but then the answer is always the same. The solution is always the same. We sit, we get quiet, we come back into our center. There's no rush, no big rush. The whole world thinks it's such a big rush. It's there's no big rush. So that's what I have for you today. Now, I filmed this on the live, and I'm hoping that it's going to record. I'm not sure. I've never done this before. So thank you for watching. And if you have any more questions, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks, everyone. Figuring how to turn it off.